Okay, so today we're gonna be speed running or attempting to speed run Resident Evil Requiem. Um, yeah, and while we do that, I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on everything, and yeah, we'll just jump right in.
Es war irgendwo hier.
I will say that I do play my games in German, so I apologize about that. But realistically, if you're watching someone speedrun the game, you probably don't give a shit about the dialogue. You've either already beaten the game or you don't care about the dialogue. So, yeah. So, I'm not going for some WR. I'm kind of going for my own personal best, but we'll just see what happens. I would be happy with anything under 2 hours. Yeah.
Was mache ich hier?
This is casual any percent. So yeah, overall, I was happy with the game. I thought it was pretty good. I had a couple of issues with it. The only problem, like the main problem I have is that something being good is typically not enough for some of the price tags they want for these fucking games. Like when I say the game is good, I mean like I didn't hate it, right? It was fine. It was good. The game was it was okay. It was fine. But then you look at things like the Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4 remake, those games were fantastic. Okay? Really, really good. So, this game being good is kind of a letdown.
Mom, warte! Los, komm, beeil dich.
I think one of my biggest problems with the game is that a lot of it felt kind of like pointless. A lot of it felt very, I don't know, just pointless. The main story is super fucking
Los,
weak.
komm!
You have several points in the game where I'm just like, they could have not had this in there at all.
Komm schnell.
And we'll get to those as we get there. I'll kind of keep it paced with the game. In fact, there's one character entirely that if you didn't watch any of the cutscenes, if you watched no cutscenes, you wouldn't even know that this character was in the game. In my opinion, that's really bad. That's bad. You could have thrown a character in even for a minuscule fight. It could have been a 30-second, you know, I don't know. It was really weak. I'm sure you all know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, his character is boring. It's just Albert Wesker wannabe. Very weak. But you know, he's not even the only person that just kind of felt unnecessary. I will say this opening sequence is pretty good. But I also think that if someone was fucking attacking me, I would run a little faster than not running at all. The run speed in this game feels really, really bad. It also feels, and maybe I'm nuts, it feels like it changes based on where you are in the game. Sometimes I feel like my sprints faster.
Ich? Niemals.
Sind Sie noch ganz dicht?
Das Ben wird abriegeln.
Was? Hat es was mit Victor zu tun?
Ja, sagen. Nimm mal, er ist unser Mann. Scheiße. Wir machen das kurz.
Pretty basic segment. Pretty much just walk past everything. Now this in my opinion was peak Resident Evil. Right? This whole opening clinic, not just the opening clinic, the whole clinic itself was well done. Okay, you had very good atmosphere. There was a very good sense of, do I fight? Do I run? Do I even have the tools to do this? Felt very, very good. The puzzles were like nothing exceptional, but they were like perfectly fine. Like, even in speedrunning, the pathing, like finding a route to fucking do, feels the best for this section of the game. The rest of it seems super linear. It's kind of boring. The problem is it doesn't stand out. We're gonna try this. I might not be able to do it, but hell yeah. Thankfully, you can just walk right through her. And the best part about it on casual is you just do it again. So, I'm fairly sure this only works on casual. Actually, you could do it on normal because there's a med injector in the dark room there. But on casual, you kind of slowly regenerate health. Whereas all the other difficulties you do not. So you could get away with that on normal, but it would not be. It would require more resources to do. I will say it's also a good point, good time to bring this up. The game gives you the option to switch between third and first person, which I think is cool. I think it's nice that people get, there's an accessibility that people can kind of choose what they want to do. I think that's good. That being said, I feel like there are little things that
Experimentelle Therapien?
make, especially for speed running, but just in general, that make the game annoying is I personally I like playing in third
Da
person.
bin ich sicher.
But when I play in third person, I get these annoying little fucking things that they just don't seem like they need to be there. Number one, stumbling. There are several, oh, I fucking suck. Several occasions where Leon and Grace will just kind of fall for no reason. I really hate that there's just this chainsaw segment that it just spins out of control for no reason.
Nett.
Nett. Das ist toll. How did that miss? What the fuck?
Na, großartig. Er hat's wieder getan. Wie sieht's bei dir aus?
Hab mich gerade ins Netzwerk dort gehackt.
Okay, gut. Meinst du, du kannst mir einen Plan von dem Laden besorgen?
Ich sehe mal, was ich finde.
Ich versuche so lange, Victor zu finden.
Meld dich wieder.
Mach ich.
Geh auf, geh auf, geh auf!
This might be another hot take by me. I think Grace is kind of a boring character, honestly. I think she is. What the fuck? Come on. She's not like the worst written character ever, but I don't know. I was never really at a point where I felt, you know, connected or like interested or, and yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weak. Again, just like she doesn't add anything to the story. If anything, she kind of fucking contradicts a lot of things. Like, Grace is supposed to be Spencer's, you know, redeeming defect. But Spencer is just a fucking evil person. Like, there's been no point where it would ever have indicated, like, oh, there's gonna be a redemption arc for this asshole. Never. Like, he's just not a good person. So it's just out of nowhere to be like, I have this baby because now I'm good, even though I literally tried to destroy the planet and become a god. Like, that's fucking stupid. I guess it's worth mentioning too that
Als wenn ich hier festsitze.
honestly, like where Grace kind of is just a bland character. It's not terrible. It's just bland. It doesn't add anything. She doesn't inherently take it away either. But I mean, is that really a good thing? Then you have Emily, and I don't know. Emily is one of those where when I saw yet another child, pretty much the exact same age and pretty much the exact same, gameplay responsibilities as Sherry Birkin, I was just like, are we really doing this? So now in this section, we kill all the zombies because we have to walk back this way. If we don't kill all the zombies, then we risk just getting fucked. If I could not miss, that'd be cool. I swear there's a way to get around him, but I don't know what it is.
Hör auf zu lachen. Mach dich nicht lustig.
That death animation is entirely too long for absolutely no reason.
Immerhin kann ich mich jetzt etwas freier bewegen.
My first playthrough, this whole section, this entire clinic, loved it. See, that was like a 10 out of 10. It was suspenseful, it was
Schicksal.
creepy, it was, I kind of had to do a lot of problem solving. It was good. It was really good. I really, really liked this opening segment. It's just a shame that it ends, I will say too that the game itself, like, again, for the price, it's just entirely too short. Let's say you're the average person and you're not me and you're not gonna soak a bunch of time into speed running and 100%ing and this and that and the other bullshit. This game took me, I think I have 39 hours and I have nothing left. I have every achievement. I've done all the challenges. I mean, there's no more for me to do outside of just speed run it because that's what's fun. The game doesn't really have a lot of value in replaying outside of speedrunning. In my opinion, like, the story wasn't engaging enough for me to be like, oh, I gotta play that again. The other thing that I thought was funny is they added 2 endings, but why? Because, like, why give the illusion of choice? I cannot fucking stand that.
Schnauze voll. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just weak. It's just really fucking weak. Do you want to do the very clearly terrible, not what you're supposed to do ending, or do you want to do the good ending? And then what I do think is funny is if you destroy Elpis, you don't have to fight the final boss, just end the game. So, I mean, does that count as a speedrun tech? Shit. That'd shave like 2 whole minutes off.
Verdammt.
I was kind of hoping he'd turn into a blister because then you could just walk right past him. It is funny to me how much of the game you can simply just walk right past.
Was habe ich erwartet? Oh, was war das? Das muss es sein.
This whole thing is fucking stupid.
Taste ist welche?
This whole thing is absolutely fucking stupid. Again, it's just a means to an end to use the blind girl, but there's no fucking reason to. Like, get them all. There we go. Her being blind is completely fucking irrelevant. That puzzle is simple enough that a toddler with any amount of problem-solving skills could figure it out. 2 repeating numbers, and then one after the other, right? You have 3 options. Just push every button twice, and then push the following ones. So, yeah, I mean, that is just fucking weak. Why? why she's blind, I don't know. Why we spend this whole fucking time dicking around, I don't fucking know. Oh my god, I'm the wrong way. And you can't sit there and be like, well, because the thing is in Braille, it gives her a reason to go back for the fucking child. That's fucking stupid. Because if you know that there's some, like,
Ein paar Tasten mit Blindenschrift drauf. Du musst sie
pardon me.
lesen.
Let's think about it this way. If your, like,
Stern,
goal is to
Stern,
help people,
Mond,
and you know that there is a child locked in a fucking basement,
zusammenreißen.
like, you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back and help the child, right? Typically speaking. Me personally, I mean, Emily's a fucking goner. I'd get the fuck out of there ASAP. But, yeah, I mean, it's just the whole she's blind and, you know, oh, go figure, all the shit's in Braille. It's just, it's fucking weak. Emily is another weak plot point. In fact, Emily could have been removed from the game entirely, and it would have been just as good. Actually, I'll even go as far as to say that Emily makes the story worse. Not because of any of
Du
this,
kannst das lesen?
right? Emily should have become a monster, which she does, and died and stayed dead. She should have stayed dead. And I'll tell you why. Because that would have shown, like, a level of something with Grace. It would have had a impact on her. If they were going to use Grace again, which, I mean, maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Emily dying would have, like, been character development for her. Instead, it's kind of like she lives in the, oh, well, everything's happily ever after anyway. And it's super fucking weak. Also, I'm just saying, there is a fucking cutscene of Leon shooting Emily directly in the heart. Okay? You actually kill her faster in that segment by shooting her in the chest. And then Leon has the audacity to say, I didn't hit any of her vitals. Oh, we can go back and just shoot her up. Shut the fuck up.
Bin hier.
That part is, it's like infuriating. It's
Ich dachte, das
so
Ding wäre
bad.
tot.
So bad. Grace should have to live with the consequences that even if you're doing the right thing, people can still get hurt. Okay? Like, that's horror. That is suspense. So, yeah, it made me a little mad. It was not good. I had absolutely no connection to anyone, and I thought it was super weak.
Ja, Grace Ashcroft. Victor hat sie entführt.
See, and now we get to sit and look at a door for 20 minutes because these people die. It takes 3 minutes for them to just die. And this now is not the time for that. A little dumb. The game should register the enemy as being defeated and just say, oh, okay, well, there's no threat here. So hopefully I don't miss. I haven't missed before, and that was pretty funny.
Scheiße, nochmal.
Oh, I missed. I'm so bad.
Jedes verdammte Mal. Damit wäre mein Sportpensum die Woche erledigt.
I do like the Leon sections are short and sweet, you know, because the game is trying to focus around Grace, and it's just kind of showing like what he's doing in the meantime. I like that. It's good. And you know, his scenes are a lot more actiony, which is typical of a Leon Resident Evil source. So that's good.
Ich pack das.
This is another one of those moments where I feel like the character runs incredibly slow, and I couldn't tell you why. Because I know if there was a demonic girl thing chasing me, I would not just be like casually strolling through.
Noch geschafft. Der Geruch.
Yummy. The final puzzle, man. What a fucking joke. I can't believe, you know, like, honestly, if I were one of those people that spent all the time figuring it out and decoding it, because I gotta be, I'm too stupid. I would have never even fucking thought. But if I were one of the people that put all that time in and figured out exactly what I had to do,
Fuck.
and my reward was a giggle, like, that's it. Nothing. You get a giggle. Yay. I'd be pissed. Are you kidding me? What? No way. Okay, that was fucked. What the fuck?
Du Scheiße.
Oh, what am I
Muss ich da
doing?
echt durch?
I'm so bad. Oh, see, these are just other things that I think are just like annoying. They don't do anything. So why do they grab you at all?
Ganz ruhig, Grace.
There are a lot of time segments that I thought this was kind of lame. This part on my first playthrough, I mean, like, it just seemed kind of goofy.
Shit, nein! Nein, nein!
Kinda ridiculous. Hey, did you know that you could wait 15 minutes? You could AFK for 15 minutes and then you could get a ton of blood, assuming of course that you meat grind all of the live time, but that's fucking stupid too. They have to be alive when you knock them into the meat grinder. Apparently. I didn't try it, but I wasn't gonna risk it. What fucking difference does it make? They're going into the meat grinder. And don't forget to flush the toilet 8 times. Should be the last one. Oh. Evidently not.
Emily holen und dann raus hier. Ich hab was in den Mund bekommen.
Another personal gripe, there should be an in-game timer on the pause menu. No.
Schön festhalten.
Ich hab Angst. Warum ist es so laut?
Gleich ist es vorbei. Dich nur gut fest.
Also, you know, I'm thinking about this now that we've got this annoying bitch Emily back in our arms. Elpis.
Nur runter.
He says it's like the ultimate antiviral, right? I didn't think cataracts was a viral problem. In fact, I'm fairly 100% certain that cataracts not a virus at all. So how does Elpis just cure cataracts? Bitch should be fucking blind.
Bist du verletzt?
Nein. Alles gut.
Das ist gut. Ein Glück.
Sweet. Let's say
Hey,
that was a pretty smooth run of the
möchtest
clinic.
du vielleicht mit mir von hier weglaufen? Hier ist es gefährlich.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Endlich. Geschafft. Wir sind draußen. Hey. Alles klar bei dir? Emily?
Weiß nicht.
Na, lass uns erstmal weitergehen, ja?
Hey!
My boy Harry. The convenient helicopter pilot.
Bitte, lass ihn. Hier sein. Was?
This is kind of where the game starts to get, it starts to go from like survival horror to just action thrill ride, which all Resident Evils do it. All of them do it. I would say the best one at not doing it was Resident Evil 2,
Was ist das hier?
especially the remake. Oh, the remake is so good. So good. I would wager that most people, if you're a Resident Evil fan, would put Resident Evil 2 remake somewhere in your top 3. I mean, in my opinion, if it's not 1 or 2, I think you're a little nuts, but... Which is funny, because then immediately following that, you had Resident Evil 3 remake, which you could tell they just rushed the fuck out of it. That's another one. The game isn't bad, but you can tell that they rushed, and it's a shame. I don't think there's any way to avoid this guy, because I've come back on other playthroughs and I've shot him, and he just gets you anyway.
Shit.
This part on Insanity was pretty fun. This is one of those moments I was talking about where I simply feel like Grace runs slower. Like, look at this. This seems pathetic. A building is coming down around you. Maybe fucking move it a little bit. And I mean, I could maybe see the argument, oh, there's running water, so that's gonna like hinder you a little bit, but that isn't until this point. And even then, this looks like a minuscule amount. You could easily run through this. This bitch is just slow. Leon would be parrying the fucking water, and it would be gone.
Das ist doch alles nicht mehr normal. Geschafft. Okay. Ich komme, Emily.
I will say there's a lot of shit in this game that's just super fucking predictable.
Grace ist noch hier.
Like, oh, you meet Harry.
Ja,
And you
da
can
war
just
eine
tell,
Datei
yeah,
auf
he's
Lukas
dead.
PC.
Like,
Sie steckt irgendwie mit drin.
I don't think anybody at any point thought this helicopter is gonna work. So this part's a little annoying because you have to make sure that you don't accidentally kill Sherry, or not Sherry, Grace. But the places that I've found to shoot is the back end of the graveyard, right in front of this little mausoleum thing, and then this wall over here. And I keep hitting the literal only obstacle in my fucking way. It's amazing. And then when the chef shows up, and you'll get a vocal cue from Leon when that happens, then you just shoot over here. What the fuck, man?
Bin ich ein bisschen spät für die Beichte?
There you go. That was the vocal cue. Okay, let's look at our fucking crosshair here. Alright, should break through the door now. Yep.
Durch, Grace. Gut. Entschuldigung.
This is one of those moments where the game decides it's just gonna take forever for no reason. Because the guy is dead. And if you go over to the door, you can't go there for some reason. So you just gotta sit and wait for about 30 seconds. There you go. Leon has to admire his kills. He can't just be happy with them. He has to go and fucking be like, yeah. Ooh.
Irgendwo hier muss es einen Weg geben, der nach oben führt.
Fuck me. I love when you're speedrunning and you do something that wastes like not even a second, but you just immediately want to fucking blow your head off.
Ich weiß. Tut mir leid.
Stromzufuhr unzureichend. Steuerpulte im Untergeschoss neu starten.
Steuerpulte neu starten. Okay. Warum geht das so schwer? Bleib so. Noch zwei.
I never understood that. You take damage when she walks into you. Again, if I were playing on a different difficulty, I'd have to actually be mindful of shit like that. But for now, we just playing casual because the name of the game is Speed. There we go.
Verreck einfach.
Another example, we're probably gonna run past and deal damage for no fucking reason. Yep.
Mir reicht's.
Stromversorgung
There you
wiederhergestellt.
go. Now we just walk back up and shoot her in the face.
Jetzt sollte es gehen. Schnell hoch. Halt mich. Wir verschwinden von hier. Geh auf! Na los! Oh, endlich!
I would like to point out that when I was playing this game the first time, I totally called that Emily was going to become a monster. But again, I definitely think it should have stayed like that. I definitely think that Emily should have died. And it's not just me being like, oh yeah, she fucking was annoying, so I hope she dies. Like, no, it was like it would have played into Grace way better. It would have had a lasting impact that now you don't have. Like, if you use Grace again, she's going to be half a character that she could have been, because she has absolutely no grief or regret. There's no motivating force other than, like, I got pretty spooked at this clinic. It was pretty creepy, but, you know, I just shot him with the Requiem.
Jetzt ist nur noch ein
Fucking
Haufen Asche
stupid.
übrig.
Pretty weak. Now, this is the part of the game where pretty much in its entirety, every single thing, it feels like a throwback. Okay? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's also not necessarily a great thing. They didn't add anything new. They didn't try anything different. Okay? The giant spider, throwback to the original Resident Evils, great. I love it. Like, cool. I actually thought this was super sick. But you don't see anything. You don't even see, like, the spiders ever again. Not even, like, little ones. They could have had small ones. I think there's one part, if you choose to do, like, optional, like, collectathoning. Like, you can find some more of the little spiders by a Mr. Raccoon. And then the other exception to that is if you're playing on Insanity. But it felt like, again, we're introducing things for no reason.
Jetzt?
It is the exact same problem with the dogs that are chasing you in the Victor Gideon motorcycle chase. Okay, if they added those dogs to the game as enemies, that would have been really fucking cool. You could have added a whole level of element. I'll tell you what, when I was playing Resident Evil 4 as a child, the scariest fucking part of that game were the dogs. Salazar's fucking maze. That gave me the creeps when I was a kid. That was like pure nightmare fuel. The rest of it, it's an action-packed thrill ride, but I hated that fucking part. And you could have done a lot of cool things. But they really didn't add anything new. There's really no new enemies, no new nothing. They even revisit a lot of places, and sometimes the places they revisit, they don't even revisit them long enough to fucking enjoy it. If the beginning of the game wasn't as good and strong as it was, this game would have suffered immensely. Like, overall, I give the original game probably a 6.5 out of 10, which, in my opinion, that's not that good, right? And it would have been worse if the opening clinic wasn't that good, because from here on out, it's just a shoot 'em up. And it's not even that interesting. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's really not that interesting.
Noch keine Leiche gesehen.
Because there's no variety. It's just the same zombies that pop out of the ground, and like, who gives a shit? You can walk past, I'd say, 90% of them. There's nothing that forces you into a position of, like, danger. And I noticed that when I was playing on my first, I didn't have infinite ammo the entire time. A lot of, I would say 95% of these opinions I formulated while just playing the game for the first time.
Schlechte Neuigkeiten. Hier wimmelt's von Zombies.
Was? Aber die Rakete hat sie doch alle ausgelöscht. Wie kann das sein?
Tja, frag mich nicht. Hier sollte irgendwo das Bauteil für den Zünder sein. Sherry, ich habe den Verteiler. Noch 2 Teile und ich kann den Zünder für das Tor bauen.
Sehr gut. Kannst du von deiner Position aus was sehen?
Da ist das Relais. Das wird ein langer Weg.
This is another good point where it was like this was entirely unnecessary. I really didn't feel like I needed to do like scouting, considering a lot of this feels kind of linear.
BSAA raus.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Did I just get a bat thrown at me through a wall? That'd be pretty fucking awesome, huh?
dir ein Video geschickt, Sherry. Der Typ da am Ende in Weiß. Kannst du rausfinden, wer er ist?
Ja, Moment. Die Datenbank spuckt nichts aus.
Langsam wird Elvis zur Geistergeschichte. Jetzt auffüllen. Sind dir die Bäume ausgegangen? Okay.
I want to do more runs where it's I'll do more runs where it's like legit on Insanity, because Insanity was a lot of fun actually. The hunk fight was a little fucking annoying, but Insanity was a lot of fun. I guess another thing that makes me like not like wonder why is there's not a lot of content for the game upon release. You have a campaign with 3 difficulties and a handful of challenges, but realistically you don't have anything else. You know, there's no separate ways, there's no side stories, there's no there's nothing. You just get the campaign. And the fact that games nowadays are just like egregiously raising their fucking prices, and for what? Because you're not getting more. And again, that's nothing about the quality of the game. Like, the game is fine. The people that made it did a lot of good work, but I mean, like, there's nothing special about this game in comparison to Resident Evil 2, and they charge more for it.
Oben sollte eins der Teile sein.
So, yeah, that it's shit like that that really just like bothers the fuck out of me. The fuck? Okay, heal, buddy. That's why we grabbed a healing, because always have to plan for something going completely wrong. So yeah, I mentioned earlier that there were a lot of odes to original games.
Übrig ist.
That was literally the castle segment from Resident Evil 4. But instead of guys with catapults, it's guys with missile launchers. It's the exact same.
Internen Differenzen gehört. Hat das was damit zu tun?
Mehr habe ich nicht. Die Regierung hat ihre Überwachung ausgeweitet. Scheint, als ob meine Fanbase wächst.
I'm in your fan base, Sherry. I hate Resident Evil 6, but I will say Sherry was pretty good. Sherry and Jake's story was pretty good. And it's really sad because I love Leon, but Leon and Helena's story was probably the weakest. It's probably the most boring. Probably Ada's too. Ada's was pretty weak. What am I doing? There you go. That's another one of those moments where you've just wasted maybe a second. I guess time to die.
Das sollte gehen.
I did like this part. I will say, out of all of Raccoon City, this part was probably my favorite or most enjoyable because it felt the most like something was happening. Shooting the glass panes out of the building to kill zombies. I thought that was pretty good. Obviously, like, this is super ridiculous, but I feel like that's the theme with Leon. Like, if there's ever a Leon segment, the idea is that it's so, like, egregiously stupid. Stupid in a sense of, like, non-realistic. Like, it's over-the-top ridiculous.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Okay, jetzt das Teil für den Zünder.
I really like how, me personally, I like,
Dann zurück zum Tor.
Ja,
fuck,
ich muss nur erst rausfinden, wie ich von hier wieder runterkomme.
I'm so stupid. I like to set my interact button to E, but even if you do that, there are several points in the game where it still requires you to press F. So, yeah, that's cool. think when I was playing through on my first playthrough, this was like the first point in the game where I was like, I'm gonna see just how much I can get away with. Because I mean, I was just running past enemies. That was actually a really quick segment. That was good. Normally I fuck something up.
Jetzt die andere Seite.
Yeah, this whole segment again, out of Raccoon City, I thought was probably the best. I was practicing for a speed run here and I accidentally jumped down instead of pushing this. I was pretty mad. This entire sequence is a complete ripoff of the elevator in Resident Evil 4 at the castle. Again, another one of those things where like, why? At first I was like, hey, you know, they're calling out one of my favorite games, and then it quickly became, all right. Are we gonna do anything different? Are we gonna do anything original? Are we gonna do like anything? And no. No, they don't. In fact, a lot of the originality they end up like using once and then never touching again, and I just don't understand.
Nimm den nächsten, ja?
Should be one more zombie.
Was hab ich ein Glück. Länger gebraucht als erwartet. Aber ich habe ein Motorrad gefunden. Damit hole ich die Zeit wieder auf.
Gut, auf der 4.
I mean, we really didn't take that long, Leon. This whole sequence, I thought it was like justifiably very Leon, you know?
Damit sollte ich in ein paar Minuten raus.
But again, we get unique enemies that we just never see again, and I feel like they really lost out by not having them be anywhere else, you know?
Genau, was ich heute noch brauchte.
These dogs are kind of creepy, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to fuck with these things. And you never see them again. Damn it.
Hundeschule sein? Daneben die Umleitung.
Now remember when I just said this whole sequence felt very Leon? This is the moment where all of that goes from, you know, this is alright to,
Ernsthaft?
what the fuck am I watching? This
So leicht gebe ich
was
nicht auf.
hands down the dumbest, most like, why parts of the game. I remember like cringing, like, this is just, it's so stupid. It goes from a Resident Evil game to Final Fantasy. It's ridiculous. Also, he landed right on a window, so he would have just broken straight through that and died. But, you know, whatever. They could have left the whole... It doesn't make Leon look cooler. It just makes the game seem, like, ridiculous. And Resident Evil games are already ridiculous in their own way. They don't need to be so over the top to a level of just, like, stupid.
Unglaublich, dass es noch steht.
So, you know, this, I thought, oh, okay, this is good. You know, we're going back to the RPD. Like, that's a good, again, a good throwback. Good, could be interesting. The RPD was like a really, really fun segment. But the reality is that you really just never see it. You walk through about 2 minutes of it, and that's it. It's a bit disappointing. I will also like to point out that in my first playthrough, I distinctly remember saying something like, "Oh, how funny would it be if Mr. X was sitting right here?" You know, like, and guess what? And guess fucking what? Absolutely was. That was one of those moments where I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like. It's a shame. The places that this game really falls flat on, the story is super weak. I mean, maybe I'm just not that bright, but the story was not very engaging. I didn't really feel connected to most of the characters. Just it was very weak. Some of the characters are irrelevant. The person talking to Grace that you've never seen because we never watched a cutscene, yeah, he's one of the main bad guys. Did you know that? Did you know that? How could you? He's not in the game. He's literally a fucking nothing. He's a big fat nothing burger. This whole part of the game, completely worthless. Should have been a cutscene. Like, this whole segment is only here to waste your time. I also don't understand the timing of it at all, because it's set up exactly like it was when Sherry was here, but no one else is here. I am really happy that there was a skip found. You could probably shave off a couple of minutes due to this part, which I will happily show. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. The shit also just doesn't make fucking sense at all, right? Oh yeah, we've turned this orphanage into like this secret passageway for the Ark. We're designing these fucking clones of this bitch. And then for some reason now they're all lobotomites that are killing us, and we don't know what to do or how to deal with it. You know, they didn't have a single fucking contingency plan, nothing. It's one of those things that makes you laugh, because Umbrella is so incompetent that how did they ever get to the level they were at creating the shit they were creating when they, like, they're just fucking stupid. But yeah, hands down, this entire segment could have been a cutscene and you would have lost nothing. You know, like, there would be no detriment to the game by doing that. This also makes no sense because there's no way that this bitch would have missed you. There are several points in this sequence where you can see the eyes of the girl as they walk past, and they just don't notice you for whatever reason. I mean, this isn't even a covered space. It's just a fucking table. Let me know if you're like me, and when there are these two girls right here, you stood around and waited for something to happen. Because I sure did. My first playthrough, I literally sat in the fucking doorway wondering, am I doing something wrong? Because, yeah, them girls never move. Alright, so thankfully there is a skip here. So now the second we get the key, we beeline it back this way.
Oh nein, was jetzt?
And bam, we're out of there. Normally you'd have to sit and wait behind these fucking boxes for like, I would say a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's just wasted time.
Nur ein böser Traum.
This is another one of those examples where, why are we so slow?
Haben Sie?
I gotta be honest with you. I got a 4-year-old that would fucking smoke this chick, okay? She would have thrown herself down these stairs. 'Cause you know, toddlers don't feel pain. They do whatever. They only feel pain when it's convenient, right? This chick is just like, oh my god, I just watched these things fucking murder like 7 people, and I'm just gonna like slowly shuffle my way into a basement. It's like ridiculous. The true downfall would be that a child doesn't have the problem-solving skills to even get to this point. Like, let's be realistic. A child would not even have made it this far. Thankfully, we're finally done with this stupid ass segment. Yeah, that shit's fucking annoying too.
Was ist mit Ihnen los? Wo bin ich jetzt?
Hey, do you know who Zeno is? You know who Zeno is? No? Oh, you don't? Because he's not in the game?
Ich habe keine Zeit für den Zirkus.
Not relevant at all? Completely wasted NPC? Completely wasted storytelling? Like, it's just, it's hot garbage. You can disagree with any other take that I have, right? And that's fine. But if you look me in the eye and say, no, Zeno, he was a relevant character. Come on, he really drove the story for.
Anhänger
No.
kann man sein.
He did. He just didn't. Like, I'm sorry. No, he did not. He added nothing. He wasn't even an interesting character. Like, they didn't even give him, like, a design or something. He was just, I wish I were Albert Wesker.
Keine Ahnung. Aber anscheinend ein wichtiger Ort. Sieht noch genauso aus.
Hell yeah.
Ich stoppe dich, wie oft es auch sein muss. Was ist es? Bin beim Waisenhaus. Ist nicht viel von übrig. Ich gehe nach unten und suche Grace.
Alles klar.
Mr. X showing up. I thought I wasn't super mad. I did totally predict it. But again, it falls into the same problem as they didn't try anything new. Like, and it's just, it suffers because of it. The spider was good, right? But again, you don't even see any of them ever again. So like, just throwing them in there, it's not even like a foreshadow of, hey buddy, there's gonna be even more fucked up shit coming up. No, it's just, hey, here's a boss, then you'll never see him again in the end. And it's just, it's weak. These plant things. You know what? These plant things,
Echt jetzt?
maybe I'm wrong, but they sure felt like a fucking throwback to the Salazar fight. Salazar is this body in this long tendril in the middle, and he's got tentacles that come down and fucking smack ya. And this is the exact same fucking thing, except, you know, there's no little boy in the middle.
Von der BSAA zu sein. Wie tief geht das? Okay, bin unten. Das ist ein verdammt tiefes Loch.
Der perfekte Ort, was zu verstecken.
Ich hab's euch angetan, was?
Hell, I would honestly argue that Salazar is a more interesting fight. Maybe that's just me, but a lot of Leon segments in this game felt like throwbacks or ripoffs of previous game entries, and that's like, it just, why? You have the ability to go in any direction you want, you know? Like, why did we need to do this? You could have made something new. You could have tried something different, but no. coming up. It's another one of those things where it's like, why? Why did we do this? Hunk didn't need to be in this game at all. Okay? And now what I will say is, since Hunk is in this game, when they decide to drop more content, you know, whenever that might be. How did he live? So yeah, whenever they drop, how is he alive? Whenever they decide to drop more content for this game, where is this guy? There better be an entire segment to like, this is what Hunk was doing the whole time. Hunk was actually like in the background the whole fucking time, because to throw him in only to then immediately kill him, no. It's just no. That's why I said earlier I felt like it's just a MacGuffin to try and like erase Raccoon City from like the timeline, because any sort of involvement to Raccoon City dies with this game. There's no reason for anything else to happen.
Ein Licker.
Hier im Ark stehen Sie fortwährend unter Beobachtung. Sie werden gebeten, stets in Ihren
Now, I will say there is the slight possibility
Aufnehmen und die
that this is not Hunk, okay? Because he is referred to as the commander and not Hunk, but he does make mention of nice to finally meet you, which would imply that this is Hunk. It's also worth mentioning, I know I haven't mentioned it a single time up until this point, because it really doesn't become relevant until this point in the game. For some reason, everybody from Raccoon City is dying of this 20+ year incubation time disease, which is just fucking insane to me. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. All of a sudden, now Leon is deathly sick and everybody else from Raccoon City are just deathly sick. It just, no. Again, you could have had the exact same story without this fucking bullshit red herring of now he's fucking sick, and it makes me even more mad because we have people like fucking Sherry Birkin who reemerged from the story. But then guess who else was at Raccoon City? Claire Redfield, Chris, and well, we mentioned Chris. There's not a single mention of Claire at all in this game. And do we know, is Chris a fucked up, you know, is he dying of cancer too? And if so, why? And if not, why? You know, everybody should be fucking dying of this horrible affliction for no reason. It's just, it's such a fucking, it's lazy. I don't know, it's lazy. It's like, how can we insert Leon into this situation? You could have just had him still be a cop. You could have had him been like, oh, hey, I'm off duty right now. I'm not deathly sick due to AIDS. And I just happened to see Victor Gideon carrying this unconscious woman in fucking middle of downtown New York. That would have immediately thrown him into the story. And the second he would have found out anything like, this guy has ties to Umbrella, you know, he would have, it just would have made sense. He'd have been like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this. But this whole mystery affliction, it's fucking lame. Keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, fuck me, man.
Mist.
I'm gonna have to get a healing supply. So my parry.
Warum? Aber ich lebe noch.
Oh, actually, I just remembered you can't parry as this bitch, so I'm just dumb in general. Oops. Yep, that was a mistake on my part. I'm just dumb. Would you believe it? I'm just dumb. I'd believe it. I'd 100% believe it. I really enjoy that the liquor just disappears.
Okay, sei vorsichtig. Ich sollte auch abhauen.
So this is that awesome part in all of in the couple of practice runs that I've done. Not this segment, but the one coming after this is where I choke. It either goes off without a hitch or I fucking choke, and I love it. I can't get enough. Oh, come on. And now we're in a position we don't want to be, but whatever, we're not dead. Another fun gripe I have, the arc is completely underutilized. Completely underutilized. If you take the entire game into context, right? The arc is maybe 5%. 5%. You do all this work to get to this point, and you're not here for maybe fucking 20 minutes.
Im Lager. KI-Kontrollzentrale NOAA wird neu gestartet.
Oh nein.
Yeah, right here. This is the make or break. Do we choke right here? Hell yeah.
Neustart von KI-Kontrollzentrale NOAA gescheitert. Keine Antwort. Gesicherte Verwahrung inaktiv. Gesicherte Verwahrung inaktiv.
This part on Insanity was pretty rough too. Although even on Insanity, you can just do this. And that's pretty funny. You would think on Insanity they'd have like a faster AI or some sort of like smarter AI, but no. Just walk right past them. Wouldn't you believe it? We have like not even 10 minutes left.
Verwahrungsverstoß. Systemweite Fehlfunktion der Überwachung.
This whole shit that happens right here, like, it's just, it's so fucking unnecessary. It doesn't need to be here. Again, is this just like a throwback to Resident Evil 2? Like, oh, Leon has to battle his fucking demons because he had something similar to him happen. You know, like, just why? Why? You don't add anything from having these things here. Like, you don't. There's nothing is added or gained.
Wenn ich Hunderte von euch abknallen muss.
You gotta work on cardio, Leon. Come on. I know you're like 73 years old, but Leon better just be retired at the end of this game. Because if they, like, milk him any more than they're already doing.
Sicherheitsrisiko festgestellt. Aufzug außer Betrieb. Schlüssel zur Reaktivierung erforderlich. Warnung. Bereich kompromittiert. Kapselsperre nicht verfügbar. Speicher beschädigt. Selbstreparaturfunktion offline. Aerosolwerte kritisch. Kapselsperre nicht verfügbar.
Ja, ja. Bringen wir es hinter uns.
Aufzug kommt. Bitte warten. Aufzug steht für Sie bereit.
Bin fast da, Sherry. Scheiße.
See, and these are the types of things, they could just be cutscenes. Because you're not running from anything here. You're not trying to dodge obstacles. You are walking in a straight line only to fall down. And it just, why? Why? This could be a cutscene. You could skip this. But no.
Ich muss mich beeilen.
This whole this doesn't need to be a fucking section either. Walk into a fucking
Ich was bewirken.
an elevator to go to the end of the hall where Leon is. Like it's 30 seconds. Like this doesn't need to be a segment.
Leon! sollst wissen, dass du meine Hoffnung bist.
Now, I don't know if choosing the destroy Elpis counts. So I don't do it. But, I mean, you could theoretically get a faster time just by choosing destroy Elpis.
Gut.
Yeah. Also, Elpis is dog shit. It's just fucking stupid. There's also this really fun thing where Leon says, "Oh, don't worry. I grabbed an extra vial of Elpis for you, Sherry." No, the fuck you did not. You fucking tanked the entire platform, and you did not. That shit would be completely fucking destroyed. So yeah. All in all, I give the game 6.5 at the best. Maybe if they add some more content, I would give it something better. But even then, if they charge for that content, then no, that'd probably drop the score. Like the game was not worth the money that I put into it already. So it would have to be some pretty solid DLC for free. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you think I sucked, let me know. If you know any skips that I can use in the orphanage section, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching.